Wonder Woman issue 10, written by Greg Rucka, art by Nicholas Scott. This is a return to year one after the last year one issue was a sort of side story
Barbara.
with Barbara Ann, and this was back to the ongoing story where Wonder Woman's just gotten her powers, and Steve and Etta are still trying to like figure out what to do with her, and they insist, along with Barbara Ann, that she should go outside and spend a day at the mall learning about the world and seeing how things work. So we get this delightful issue with Wonder Woman hanging out at the mall and seeing different things and like seeing, you know, interacting with kids and eating food, and Steve being like, let's get her a churro, and
She can't have that. That's pure sugar. It'll make her sick.
yeah, because she's probably never had like anything more than a pinch of sugar before living on an island. And then it gets really like serious and real, and far too real world for my like. And that sounds like a complaint, and it's not. But when random people just start shooting up this mall, I'm like, oh man, this feels like really serious and real. Like this feels like
this escalated quickly.
Yeah. And I was expecting something to happen because, you know, it gives Wonder Woman the chance to go out and be a hero, but this felt really
it's
grounded.
her plane moment or helicopter moment that we always see in Superman comics. And now she has hers, but yeah, I love that the whole conversation to bring her out from the naval base in San Diego, and it's just like, well, we can't understand each other right now, but maybe if we can get her to understand our culture, we can meet halfway. And I thought that was a really smart way to get her out of there. You know, instead of them just like breaking her out and we have to be back by X amount of time, and could have done that hackneyed story that we see. But instead, no, it was a thought out.
It was,
you know, cultural exchange.
It was diplomatic.
Yeah,
it was. Speaking of understanding, I've got to give a shout out to the lettering work. I think it's fantastic what they're doing, these subtle things, because obviously when they're speaking the two different languages, one has the extra line around the speech bubble to show that it's the foreign language. But then even when they're like not the words themselves, they're either bold, where these are fluent, like strongly spoken words, or they're like these broken, unsure words.
Yeah,
and it's really effective. That shows you just kind of what level of speech everyone's at.
Yeah.
And they're kind of spaced out farther apart, like each of the letters.
Yeah, it's kind of almost,
words.
It's not on a straight line either. It's like falling off. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, it's worth. I mean, the book is gorgeous as well from start to finish. Everything.
Nicola Scott and Rucka work really well together.
Everything from like just their reactions to each other when they can't understand each other, but they're getting like the odd word through, and Wonder Woman's amazement, all those expressions on her face, it's really good stuff. And then the action itself, you know, when all the quick movement starts, everything about it's really exciting. You feel the motion, you feel the speed of Wonder Woman, and the like, you know, Wonder Woman jumping in to save the family that she met earlier. And
that one page where it's just, you know, where it's like what, 10 panels, maybe 12. And it's all like just the small blocks, so you just really get that motion in it, and it's just fantastic.
Yeah. No,
it goes so well that I didn't read it in digital. I read it in physical, but it felt like I was reading it in guided view. Like, that's how well the story was told through it.
Yeah.
So I just had to think back how I read this one, and it was physical, so it's pretty good. Like,
yeah, definitely. It's one of my favorite pages of the week. I think just as a whole page, the way it just transitions through this entire, because it's all like one moment. And you feel how fast it goes, yet at the same time you see how, like, she's processing it as the thoughts.
Yeah, time slows down for her, but it's moving faster for everybody else. So it's almost like a vertigo zoom, right?
Yeah.
Kind of deal. And
but the way it conveys both of those at the same time is just fantastic.
Yep. And then the awesome with her hands when you get to that splash page, deflecting all the bullets with the bracelets.
Yeah.
And
you get the motion blurs and all that.
Yeah,
it looks so great.
Oh, that's great. It's a really great, big, heroic moment. Also, I loved it when she uses the lasso so they can all understand each other. They realise that if they're all touching the lasso of truth, they can all understand each other. And like all the things that came out, like, you know, Etta doesn't have to prove herself and all that. And then it goes to Steve, and he's just got little love hearts around his head. So it's pretty funny. But of course, by the end of the issue, she can fly, which is like one of the new gifts, because she even mentions earlier on that she won't know what all the gifts are yet. She just knows that they'll they'll manifest when they need to.
When they need to, yeah.
So.
And I loved the Azarello and Chang run, but that was super heavy on the gods. And I like how here they have a larger than life aspect, because we keep getting told about the patrons and what they can do, yet outside of the animals, we really haven't seen them or even felt them.
It's one of those things where
their presence is there.
I like because it's more mysterious. It's more, they feel more like a force and a presence rather than actual characters who I'm like, oh, I can pinpoint exactly what this one looks like and what they do. And
see, I like how authentic both approaches are to the Greek mythology behind them, because it's like sometimes they're literally everywhere, interfering in every damn thing, and other times they're like, nah, you just sort out amongst yourselves. We're gonna go have some drinks up on a mountaintop.
Yeah, but I like that both are somehow their origins for the character.
Yeah.
But the different writers are bringing the different things, because Frank Cho had said this idiotic thing this week that he can't wait for Rucka to be done so he can write, and it's not going to be, his Wonder Woman's going to be genderless, which is the stupidest things you could say when gender's in her name, and it's going to be a straight up action book. I was like, yeah, okay, well, let's see how that does for you, because they've done that with Wonder Woman before, and it's kind of not worth reading. The reason why people gravitate towards this character is for stuff like Rucka's doing right now, or that Azarello had done, you know? So
that there sounds like it'd be a fantastic, like just a digital first book. It's one of those, have a little side book, go, have your little action sequences, have fun with it. It's not the main book, is it?
Or even just be a second Wonder Woman book, but it's not, it's not.
Yeah. No, to me, when I had read that was like, well, see, that's why you're not on the main book. Because clearly DC doesn't want that for the character right now. Like, they're trying to build her as this pillar like Batman and Superman. Because let's be honest, everyone knows who Wonder Woman is, but most of us, even on the show, haven't read too much of the character.
I don't think most people have, because, like you say, she is like such an icon, but at the same time, how many truly memorable stories has she had? Right, and so DC wants as much as they can to put these writers on there that are going to do something different. And look how the Azarello one got followed up with the Finches? Yeah. And forever what it was, like, some people might have liked it, but most people I know didn't, and it was kind of forgettable. So, I'm just glad that Wonder Woman is showing up, and the way that Rucka is doing it with the two different stories, instead of just making it like the rest of them, the double shippers follow each other. They're two distinct series right now.
That said, if they want to add a second Wonder Woman book, call it Sensation Comics and have that be the more action. Kind of like how Action is to Superman, where it's
but just still don't give it to Cho.
I'm not necessarily saying I want him to do it.
I like his art. I think he draws it looked great, but I've never read anything by him that I was like, that was good. It's
because it's always a showcase for his art, and that's that's what cracked me up when he said it's going to be action. I was like, well, that's all you do, bro.
That's the thing. That's fine. It's not. There's nothing anything actually bad about his writing. It's just it's not anything good either. It's just servicing the fact that he wants to draw stuff.
So that said, I guess it's all of our opinion that Rucka, stay on here as long as you can, please.
Yeah,
we're enjoying this.
And we know he is staying on for a while because we know he's getting a second. The artist who did issue 8 is coming back to do the next sort of arc that's not the present day one.
Because I remember back when he first came on, there was a rumor that he was just doing this first year with this story, and that was it.
Yeah, which would be
but clearly it's now not the case.
Yeah, he's definitely got more planned, which is good. I will say that Wonder Woman's on a pretty good roll because I feel like I always enjoyed it since it started at Rebirth, but I feel like the last 3 issues, including this one, have been the 3 best issues it's had. I feel like it's hitting its stride, and it's at a point where this is one of the ones I'm looking forward to the most in the weeks that it's coming out. Whereas 2 months ago, I was like, I'm looking forward to it, but I think it's really hitting its groove.
And also with the way that it hit with... This was supposed to be out before the last one, but because of the Barbara Ann stuff, I think Scott got behind or whatever. It would have been really cool that they had there was a mirror, because in that one, she takes Barbara Ann out to get clothes. And here, they took her to the mall. you know. So there was that. I can't think of the right word, but you guys know what I'm saying, right? Yeah, there's a symmetry to it that I like that you can still pull off, and you know, the longer he wants to stay on here, the better for me because I am enjoying Wonder Woman.
Definitely.
Nah, that's really good.